Assalamu alaikum. I am Shaista Mangi, a student of MS at US Pakistan Center for Advanced Studies in Water, Mehran University of Engineering and Technology, Jamshoro. Today I am going to present my presentation on application of flocculants in wastewater treatment. These are the contents of my presentation. These two research papers I took to review them. The first is a review on application of flocculants in wastewater treatment, which is published in the year of 2014. And the second is temperature variation characteristics in flocculation settlement of tailing and its mechanism, which is published in the year of 2020. Introduction. Various kinds of industrial wastewater contain very fine suspended solids, dissolved solids, inorganic and organic particles, metals, and other impurities. Various traditional and advanced technologies have been utilized to remove the colloidal particles from wastewater, such as ion exchange, precipitation, flotation, solvent extraction, adsorption, coagulation, flocculation, biological method, electrolytical method, and membrane filtration. Among those methods, flocculation is one of the most widely used solid-liquid separation process for the removal of suspended and dissolved solids, colloidal and organic matter present in industrial wastewater. This study is about flocculants and is accepted to provide an overview of recent information regarding the development and application of various flocculants in treating wastewater. It is a simple and efficient method for wastewater treatment and has been extensively used for the treatment of various types of wastewater such as oil mill effluents, textile wastewater, oil pump mill wastewater, oily wastewater, and sanitary landfill leachates. Classification of flocculants. The flocculants are categorized into three classes, which is chemical coagulant flocculants, and the second is natural bioflocculants, and the third is grafted flocculants or grafted copolymers. The conventional chemical coagulants or flocculants are subdivided into two more categories, which are coagulants in organic metal salts, and the second is flocculants synthetic organic polymers. Inorganic such as alum, polyaluminum chloride, ferric chloride, ferrous sulfide, calcium chloride, and magnesium chloride. It is mainly because of its advantages of low cost compared to the chemical flocculants, but the application of inorganic coagulants in wastewater is quite limited nowadays due to numerous disadvantages. As reported in many studies, its usage may cause two important environmental consequences, which are the production of large volume of metal toxic sludge create disposal problems and an increase in metal aluminum concentration in the treated water, which may have human health implications. And the organic synthetic flocculants, they enhance the coagulation and flocculation efficiency with strong and dense flocks or regular shape of good settling characteristics. True use of polymers in this way result in substantial reduction of coagulants does required with 40 to 60% reduction is accepted. The volume of sludge in the anionic load of the wastewater, especially level of aluminum and overall cost of the production is reduced. The majority of commercial copolymers also derived from petroleum-based raw materials using process chemistry that is not always safe or environmentally friendly, and their degraded products are considered hazardous because the release of monomers that could enter in the food chain. And the natural bioflocculants, as the demand of environmental friendly materials in treating wastewater continuously to increase, the natural flocculants replace the conventional coagulant flocculants based on natural natural products of environmental friendly behavior. Compared with conventional chemical flocculants, bioflocculants are safe and biodegradable polymers. easily available from reproduction, agriculture, resources, and produce no secondary pollution. The sludge can be efficiently degraded by microorganisms. The types of natural bioflocculants are Trastone, salicone, germs, and mucilage, sodium alginate, and tannin. And then the grafted or graft copolymers are also subdivided into two categories, which are synthetic copolymers and natural polymers. The grafted flocculants or grafted copolymers are long-chain synthetic copolymers and are also biodegradable. Lower efficiency, higher dosage are needed. The flocculants properties of grafted copolymers were examined in various types of wastewater treatment. Now, the methods of wastewater treatment. There are two methods of wastewater treatment. The first is coagulation flocculation and the second is direct flocculation. Now I'm talking about comparison between coagulation flocculation and direct flocculation. The application in coagulation flocculation is inorganic and organic based wastewater, while in direct flocculation is only used for organic based wastewater. The treatment ability in coagulation flocculation process suspended and dissolved solids particles, and in direct flocculation suspended and colloidal particles. Types of chemicals to be used in coagulation flocculation is coagulants, inorganic metals, salts, followed by polymers, flocculants, usually anionic. And the types of chemical to be used in direct flocculation is cationic or anionic copolymers, flocculants, usually cations. And the treatment process in coagulation flocculation is more complicated, required the pH adjustment, while in the direct flocculation there is no pH adjustment, so it is simple. The sludge generated in coagulation flocculation process is more sludge is produced may contain metals and monomers residue, while in direct flocculation less sludge is produced may contain monomers residue. The overall treatment cost in coagulation flocculation is more expensive due to chemicals cost, coagulants and flocculants, and large sludge treatment cost. In direct flocculation, the overall treatment of cost less expensive because only one chemical is used and sludge is treatment cost. In flocculating mechanism in coagulation flocculation is charge neutralized coagulation followed by bridging flocculation, while in direct flocculation, charge neutralized and bridging occur concurrently. The general procedure for coagulation flocculation and direct flocculation process. First of all, we collect the wastewater, means the wastewater collection. Then characterize these wastewater. After the characterization of wastewater, we are able to know this water is going to coagulation flocculation process or going to direct flocculation process. The coagulation flocculation process contains these stages, while in direct coagulation flocculation process, the treatment process is contained this process. Table 1 shows the application of coagulation flocculation process with chemical coagulants and flocculants in wastewater treatment. In sanitary landfill leachate type of wastewater, perchloride, aluminum sulfide, and lime used as coagulants, while natural 2-cation and anion used as flocculants. This gave the optimum result is about 80% removal of COD, while about 100% removal of color. For the copper electroplanting wastewater, sodium dihydrolytic hydrobatteria used as coagulants, while anion polychloride used as the flocculants. This gave the optimum result as 99.6% removal of copper. In palm oil milk effluent, The modified alum used as coagulants, while industrial grade flocculants used as flocculants. This gave the optimum result as less than 98% removal of turbidity, while 78% removal of water recovery. For oil mill effluent, lime ferrous sulfide used as the coagulant and 4-cation 2-anion used as the flocculants, which gave the optimum result as 30 to 95% removal of TSS. In Aptar wastewater, alum ferrichloride and ferric sulfide used as coagulants, while anionic polychloride used as flocculants, which gave the optimum result as 30 to 80% removal of TP, 94% removal of COD, and 94% removal of TSS. While in coffee wastewater, the commercial coagulants are used as coagulants and commercial flocculants are used as flocculants. This gave the optimum result is 55 to 60% removal of COD. In beverage industrial wastewater, ferric chloride used as coagulants, non-ionic polychloramide used as flocculants, which gave the optimum result is 91% removal of COD, 99% removal of TP, and 97% removal of TSS. Table 2 shows the application of direct flocculation with chemical flocculants in wastewater treatment. In oily wastewater from refinery plants, derivative of polychloride used as a flocculant which gives the optimum result as 6 gram per liter to 220 milligram per liter as the removal of oil. Oil mill effluent, here 4-cation and 2 anions are used as flocculants. This gives the optimum result as nearly 100% removal of TSS, 55% removal of COD, and 23% removal of POD. In aquaculture wastewater, cation polyamine and cation organic polymers are used as flocculants, which give the 99% removal of TSS. In oil mill effluent, cations and cation polyelectrolytes are used as flocculants, which give the 97 to 99% removal of TSS, 50 to 56% removal of TP, and 17 to 35% removal of COD. And for plump and paper mill wastewater, cation polyaldehyde used as the flocculants, which give the optimum result as 91% removal of turbidity, nearly 100% removal of TSS, and 98% removal of COD. Now, the selection of flocculants based on different wastewater. In food and beverage type of industry, we use the type of wastewater if the type of wastewater is coffee wastewater, beverage wastewater, or sauces wastewater, or plump and paper mill wastewater. All the types of wastewater used in the treatment process of coagulation and flocculation. For the agricultural production type of industry, if the type of wastewater in containing or the type of wastewater is palm oil mill effluent or the type of wastewater is oil mill effluent, they three contain coagulation flocculation process. But if the type of wastewater is cardboard industry wastewater or aquaculture wastewater, it is used for the direct flocculation process. And for the direct textile type of industry, if the wastewater is Aptar wastewater or dye containing textile wastewater, both are used for coagulation flocculation process. For the municipal, if the type of wastewater is sewage effluent, we can use direct flocculation process. But if the type of wastewater is municipal wastewater, the type of process is used as coagulation flocculation process. While other types of wastewater, such as tertiary effluent or ceramic wastewater, they too contain the process as direct flocculation, and in polymer effluent we use coagulation flocculation process. Now the flocculation mechanism. The flocculation mechanism is start with the dispersion of the flocculants in the solution, then diffusion of the flocculants towards the solid liquid interface, then adsorption of flocculants onto the surface of the particles, then collision of the particles carrying an adsorption flocculant in other particles, and adsorption of the flocculants onto other particles in order to form microflux. At the last, growth of the microflux to large and stronger flux by the successive collision and adsorption. Now the conclusion. The potential application of conventional flocculants, bioflocculants, and grafted flocculants in wastewater treatment has been verified as well investigated. They have shown remarkable results in reduction or removal of with more than 90% removal was achieved. In some of these studies, although many flocculant materials have been developed and successfully used in removing pollutants from wastewater in laboratory scale, there is still impurities, heavy metals, and colors or dye molecules in organic or organic pollutants in order to meet the environmental legislation before the wastewater is discharged to the environment. These are the references. These are also references. Thank you.